Welcome, everyone. Today we're talking about Decisions 9.3, all of the new great features we have coming down the pipeline. So we do these release notes for every release with Decisions, and this is the one for 9.3. We start all these release notes talking about breaking changes, and in 9.3, there are none. We also like to lead right into, are we deprecating any features with 9.3? Is anything going away? No. So what's left? Nothing but new stuff, right? So let's get started. First thing we're going to talk about is we have 11 brand new steps related to process mining in the AI world. All kinds of stuff about getting predictions, deploying them, undeploying them, generating, and much more. So what do we need all of these new AI process mining steps for? The new AI Common module. So we've made some big changes to how AI is going to work in Decisions, mostly starting with this AI Common module. We had an OpenAI module that has been rolled up into this new AI Common module. And this is the start of a larger foundational change that's going to change the way we conceptualize and add AI features in the future. This is an effort to, instead of having separate AI models that all run independently of each other, it's going to allow you to change and swap between the models and the vendors that support AI. You'd no longer have to go in and edit your flows to change them. This is going to allow you to have one step that can handle AI chat completion, model tuning, or other AI tasks. The steps will now be swapped more globally at the environment level rather than at the step level. And with this release, you can install this icon and tack on any vendors of your choice, including OpenAI. Additionally, we're adding Gemini and Anthropic. From a singular dashboard, you'll be able to choose the default model to run across all chat completion steps in your process. If changes are needed, you can update the default model in every flow using your AI predictive steps, and it will use that new model or vendor, allowing centralized management of AI vendors and models. This is going to enable faster and more seamless implementation across workflows. This is step one and is what you're going to get with this release. It's just a glimpse into the future as we add more features like additional vendors, side-by-side result comparisons, cost calculations for each vendor or model, and battleground testing of your processes. And this is all going to be part of this AI centralized dashboard. So let's hop on over in Decisions and take a look at this AI Common module and how it's going to work. All right, so here in Decisions, we're going to talk about this AI Common module. Under the System Settings, Administration, Features, we have the AI Common module. It can be installed by clicking on Details and then clicking Install Now right there. We also have these modules for these various other vendors within that AI space. Once you have this installed, you can go into your projects and make these a dependency. So manage, configuration, dependencies, and here I have AI Common and AI Anthropic. So again, we'll have steps so you can place and change these models on the fly. How do you change them on the fly? That's going to be under, again, the system settings, and we're going to go down here to integrations. You now have this AI folder. In here, you can add some AI defaults. And again, because I've installed those three modules, I have Anthropic, Gemini, and OpenAI. Going through here, I can pick what feature I want, and based on which provider I pick, you might have more or less features, but let's just stick with Anthropic for now, chat completion, and then pick a model, right? So as we go, and if we decide to make changes, if Anthropic adds new models, we can just change it right here. No need to redesign all of your flows and change all of those things up. So what does that look like in the actual flow? So here I'm going to hop on over. We're going to create a flow real fast. Boom, create flow. We're just going to call this AI steps. And now, right here, we have this whole category right at the top, alphabetical, AI. Anthropic, chat completion, and we can swap out those things. Common AI, again, here's a common chat completion. So based on how you change your system settings, it's going to go right in there. So you have the common module, you have Anthropic. We have, as we go through, we're going to have more and more modules. Why is only Anthropic and Common showing up here instead of Gemini and OpenAI? Because I didn't declare those dependencies. So if I bounce on out of here, I go back to dependencies, manage. Let's add that module really quick. We'll do OpenAI. Or no, we'll do, Decisions OpenAI. That's what we want right there. Now when I go back into that flow with these AI steps, now under AI, look at it. OpenAI, same kind of steps, chat completion, Anthropic, chat completion, or we can go to Common.AI and just change it on the fly at a system level. Really great features there. Hopping back over to the presentation, let's talk about some of that stuff we just talked about. Again, we replaced that OpenAI for AI Common. We now have a new one, but if you have that older OpenAI module installed, it will still work. So if you have flows built out using it, it will still work. We just have a new one that works with that Common AI a little smoother, so you can swap out on the fly. Anthropic, I showed you in there. Gemini. We also added steps to support common dashboarding. You can see those on the screen. We've got a handful of them. We also have text comparison for statement rules. So you're now given these option to compare statement rules like you used to be able to do for flows. You could still do it with flows, but now you can do it with rules. You're going to see it in the action bar at the top with overlapping circles. We also have that same feature available for truth tables. So again, that same kind of compare symbol up top in the toolbar, you'll be able to compare iterations of your truth table historically as you go through. We've also added some new out-of-the-box health conditions. So some of these things are new. We've added 12 new health checks to that health check feature in version 9, just making sure that your project is following best practices and keeping you inside the lines. We've also changed the edit, import, export data actions. So when you used to be able to edit CSV data into a structure, we've rolled it up into this nice, fancy, smooth window. You can get there by right-clicking a structure and get the option right there to perform data actions. We've also changed the design for the workflow catalog. It's got a completely new redesign. It's the same functionality as before, but it kind of matches the rest of our aesthetic. It's going to give you more tiles. Prettier look for a workflow catalog in 9.3. We're also introducing the brand new designer experience called the Formula Builder. So right now there's 137 functions that you can use when building your formulas, and that number is going to keep going up with future releases, so watch out for that. So looking at the formula designer, you're going to have a number of different ways of getting into formulas. So if you go into create a rule, it's going to be under expression formula. You give it a name and the menu is going to pop up. You're going to have a number of different ways of configuring it, setting the name, setting input data, and all that kind of stuff. So you'll notice you'll have a nice info page and you can tell exactly what's going on. And some of these names are not self-explanatory, but we do have links to documentation right there in the formula designer. You can also have unit tests. We also have a new step called run formula. So again, you can create a formula by creating a rule like you just saw, but you can also just do it from the step, kind of like you do with run rule or something like that in the normal flow designer that you're used to. We have some enhancements. So we've added some features to stuff that you already know and love. First one, flow data now has flow folder ID, part of flow data. Rules could already access it, but now there's consistency. You can access that information in flows as well. So add flow folder ID to flow data, new feature enhancement. We also have the option to import multiple worksheet for Excel files using one step. There's that checkbox you see there on the right side, so you can import all workbooks for Excel files in a singular step. We also have set page variable step. It's not going to trigger the selection bus change on page load over a slow network. So your reports are going to load properly on slow networks now. Extended functionality, just an enhanced feature that we already have here in Decisions. You can also add a group title for primary actions in the context menu. So context menus have been tweaked to add a main grouping for items up there at the top. So again, you can add a group title for primary actions in that context menu. Folder descriptions for public folders are now going to appear on folders in the catalog, the public, and integrations within projects. So you'll be able to see those folder descriptions for those public folders. It helps keep you organized. Outputs from list builder step can no longer be used in subflows. There's now a property used as a list builder, and on a list builder related steps, these steps are add item to list, add items to list, remove item from list, remove item by index, index of item in list, and get item by index. So if you like list builders, we have some functionality there for you that has changed. We also have the allow Azure blob upload from file path. The upload Azure storage blob step now has the get file from path setting you see highlighted over there on the right that allows users to set a specific path from the decisions machine file system when uploading to an Azure storage blob. We added a timeout setting for run flows for list step. So there's a new property called specify timeout on the run flows for list step. It's going to allow you to end the step to prevent it from getting in stuck state. So again, just kind of keeping your system going, flowing, and running. And this is only going to appear if the flow behavior is set to thread job or async and wait. So, just extended, enhanced features for stuff we already have here in Decisions. So hopefully you're excited about some of that AI stuff. Hopefully you're excited about some of those enhanced features coming down the pipe. And hopefully you can get 9.3 installed on your dev, prod, all your servers, and enjoy it because we are constantly pushing out new servers. So thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to training@decisions.com or support@decisions.com. Thank you very much.